Bayou Skincare out of New Orleans, Louisiana. That is BEA''S. We are an eczema-focused hair care brand leveraging probiotics and Bayou Botanicals. And as a founder, I'm really excited to be able to introduce my fellow founders to you that's coming up next. We have an amazing conversation with Uber Freight. So let me tell you a little bit more about that. So we have a conversation with Miss Maasha. She's of Washington, D.C. She has worked for some major companies, including Google, Eventbrite, Dropbox, DocuSign, and now is the head of diversity and social impact at Uber Freight. She's going to be having a conversation on the importance of logistics with Kim Roxy, founder of Lamique Beauty, and Neil Hudson of Scotch Boys. Have y'all been in Target? Have y'all been in Target? Okay, so go to Target because I got some Scotch Boys for you. Let me tell you more. Scotch Boys is 100% Jamaican owned and operated condiments and seasoning brand. They started in the heart of Westmoreland, Jamaica by 4 childhood friends. Their products are available in over 2,000 stores, including 300 Target stores. Again, they are 100% sourced and manufactured in Jamaica. That's amazing. So let's give it up for Neil. Next, we have Kim Roxy, founder of Lamique Beauty. Lamique Beauty is a makeup line for women of color made with vegan and natural and organic ingredients. Lamique started as a local makeup shop in Houston, Texas, where women would come to get their makeup and eyebrows done. And even though she started by making those products by hand, soon it was very clear that Lamique was more than just a place. Lamique 2.0 launched in March of 2020, and we are so glad that she did. Y'all welcome Kim Roxy, looking so fine and amazing. Yes, to the stage. So I'm gonna let them take it away, but again, make sure you follow, make sure you're getting some photos, some videos, tag everybody, and take out your notes so you can take some notes.
Thank you so much. Hi, everybody. I missed my intro, so I'm gonna stand up again and say, I'm Maasha Ka. I'm the head of Uber Freight or head of diversity and social impact for Uber Freight. And we are so excited to be here with you guys. And I'm gonna ask for the energy. So if you read online, this is an interactive panel, and I used to be a teacher, so I don't take no for an answer. So I'm gonna ask for a show of hands. If you are a business owner or you aspire to be a business owner, you wanna be a business owner, can you raise your hands? Okay, great. So we're in the right room. If you are somebody who's trying to figure out, how do I get my business more efficient, more impactful? How do I make sure we're making more money, we're more streamlined? Then Uber Freight is actually for you. We really want to make sure that Uber is being not only a good Samaritan and partner to the community, but we also really want to make sure that we're turbocharging small businesses. And so this panel is really about that. And we have Neil and Kim here today to really share with us, what do we do to make that better? How do we actually get businesses to the places where we can become the Disneys and the AT&Ts of the world? We know that the power is here in Black business, and we know that we're growing. And so we're really excited because these 2 businesses in particular have already paved the way and are going to be able to share some of that. And so I'll start off with asking both of them. Neil and Kim, can you share a little bit more about how did you get into the business that you're in now? And then also, what is your journey? What would you share with the audience as a start?
All right, so I'm so excited to be here too. And I'm so excited to be on this panel. Let me say, I started my business for 2 reasons. One, because I needed to create myself a job. I had just graduated from Clark Atlanta University, and I had to put myself in the workforce. So I opened up a small makeup shop in the mall. I did that for like 14 years. My mom gave me $500, and I saved up about $9,500, and that's how I opened up my store. During my time of working there, my mom ended up developing metastatic breast cancer. And that is a plague on Black women right now. I know many of you have been affected by breast cancer or know someone close to you that's been affected. And so my mom loved makeup. And so when she developed breast cancer, I started to look at what was inside, like what was inside the products we were using, the deodorant. You know how you start to do like this fact check, you know? And I did all of my research, and 75% of beauty products marketed to women of color, black women, are toxic. Ain't that some bull? Come on, be honest. And so I was like, my mom loved makeup, so I wanted to create the makeup line that my mom should have had. And so after I looked at that, after I developed the products, got with my chemist, I started to experience hair loss. So the first product that I came out with was our Revelation Brow Kit. It fills in your brows so they look natural, because I was losing my hair. And so I made that brow powder. It's one of a kind, where it comes with a brow powder and a concealer all in one compact. How many ladies know that's very convenient? Because you're like, look, sometimes you like trying to fill in your brows. You got a pencil over here, you got this, and then you got the concealer. I see your head nodding. This time you get it all together. That's our hero product. But then we created every product after that, like our gloss for your lips, because anything you put on your lips, you eat. You eat about 13 lipsticks or lip glosses in your lifetime. So the ingredients inside of it really matters. And we make all the products in Houston, where I'm from. So I'm just so excited to really be creating what the beauty industry has really been slow about doing. And we turbocharged that and created it, and now we're the first black-owned clean makeup brand to launch into Ulta. So thank you.
Well, I'm glad you made that company, so when I kiss a girlfriend, you know, I know I won't be having any toxins. All right. So hi everyone, I'm Neil Hudson, started Scotch Boys. Scotch Boys is a Jamaican condiments brand. How it got started is I went to undergrad in Boston, and I'd miss home, so every Christmas we'd go home, and friends and I would get together and have a barbecue competition. So the moment I graduated, I moved back to Jamaica. Everyone thought I was crazy, but I moved back to Jamaica, I went to law school. So while there was a barbecue competition, and my friends and I that would cook every Christmas while we were away for school decided to enter. And because we were cooking with Scotch bonnet peppers as our secret sauce, my friend's sister said, why don't you name yourselves the Scotch Boys? So a Scotch bonnet is a pepper that's unique to Jamaica and grown throughout the Caribbean. So we actually won that competition, and people said, Neil, I know you could talk, I know you like to eat, but I didn't know you could actually cook. So people would always ask me to make a batch of the sauce, and when I gave it to my cheapest friend and he paid me for it, I said, we're on to something. So from there, we branded it. We took the logo that we have today is just the logo that was on our apron from the barbecue competition. Took that logo, standardized it, found a contract manufacturer. I personally went around supermarkets in Jamaica, and they immediately took us. They said, you know, there's a gap in the market. We don't see a modern branded condiments line that could appeal to the modern audience. So from there, we launched in Jamaica. In 2021, we launched online. I really have to say that we got into Target in 2023, in no small part to new voices. Scotch Boys was the winner of the Next Black Millionaire program, and we've been saucing and cooking it up ever since. So really happy to be here.
That's awesome. Wow. That is wonderful. And I feel like both of them, if you heard in their stories, they talked about what was personal to them, they talked about their own story, their own journey, and then how they actually turned that into a business. And what I'm curious about is the where and why. And so where you choose to actually start your manufacturing, where you choose to have your products is really important, but the why is also very important. And so I'd love if you'd speak just a little bit about where and why did you start the products?
Sure. So we wanted to bring a modern branded condiments line to the US, and we've done just that. But it's important to us that we manufacture and source in Jamaica. So we're buying only ingredients from Jamaica. The only thing that's sourced outside of the country is the glass bottles. So the truck goes out 5 days a week around the country and buys up peppers from over 200 small farmers. And we're manufacturing there, and it's important to us that as Scotch Boys grows, the community grows with us. You know, the local Jamaican farmer can't get their product to the mainstream shelf in the US, but they're able to do so via Scotch Boys as a conduit. So it's extremely important to us that we keep manufacturing there to help the local farmers in Jamaica. And our factory is there as well, creating employment.
I love that. That's awesome.
I love to hear Neil say that every time. So for us, I'm from Texas. Yeah, that deserves some love. Come on now. Don't act like you haven't been turned into a cowgirl or a cowboy over the last 3 months, okay? So I'm from Texas. I'm from Houston specifically. And it was important for me. Actually, what me and Neil have in common is like our hometowns is where we make our products. So we actually manufacture in Houston, right near Intercontinental Airport, if you've ever been to Houston before. And for us, it was really important because when we launched nationally, it was during the pandemic. And you know the relationship like overseas in certain places where a lot of makeup is made in these countries, people were having a hard time getting their product. The supply chain was just, oh my gosh. But for us, since it was like 30 minutes from my house, I still was able, and we really actually scaled during the pandemic. And so for me, manufacturing back at home, literally about 6 months ago, we have brought so many groups of girls to our manufacturing facilities, some from HBCUs, from Clark Atlanta University, from Bennett College, from North Carolina A&T. We give them cosmetic chemist days where they come in and work inside the lab, understand the whole manufacturing supply chain, work through everything. And because there's not enough representation of black folks and specifically black women in the beauty industry. And so when we talk about inclusivity and how we don't have colors to fit us and all that, we need to be making the products. And so I wanted to really put in front of people that like STEM is also cosmetic chemistry. It's also coming from ingredients and sourcing and all of those things that you learn how to do. So we've really opened up. My co-manufacturer has been so kind, like we've opened up our doors for the next generation to come in. So that's why it's important to me, not just from a sustainability and local carbon footprint, but because we need our footprint in the beauty industry. And I know making it local, I can do that. It might cost more for us, but it's worth it. Because the purpose of Lamique stands for love and makeup and kindness. Love and kindness is your true makeup because beauty is revealed and not applied. I know that there are smart girls out there who could be making the products that they deserve to have. And if we're gonna be the place of open source, we're gonna not be gatekeepers, open up our doors so they can create the products that they need. I have to tell this testimony real quick. One of the young ladies that worked in my booth, Tasha Renee from MUA Assist, she creates this brush cleaner, right? We could be creating a whole bunch of different things. She worked with me at my booth here at Essence last year. Now she has her own booth this year. That's what we do at Lamique.
That's amazing. Hand clap for exactly. That's what we want to hear. We want to hear people building. Did you want to share something? No. Not yet. Okay. He said no. I'm good. I'm good on that.
But I was going to bring it home to more logistics and talk about that.
Yeah, actually, so that was going to be the next question. It's perfect. So we are curious, especially as we're building out our businesses and thinking about not just the what we're selling, but the how. How does it get where it's going? How do we leverage resources and the people and the technology to do so? And Uber Freight actually helps with that. So we are an end-to-end logistics suite. That means that if you have to get your product from point A to point B, you can actually use Uber just like you would order a car, and you can track your packages, your whole pallet, from point A to point B. So we really want to make sure that if you haven't already, check out that link, insights.uberfreight.com/essence. And I'm curious for this group, what are the challenges in logistics? Kind of how do you set it up? And how can this group learn from some of the mistakes and or lessons that you've had?
You know, it's funny. So before this, I was in software sales. And I was at this big entrepreneur event, and a guy said, Neil, what did you do before sauce? I said, oh, I was in software sales. And he looked at me and he started dying laughing. He's like, from software to sauce, are you okay? But being in this business is extremely complicated. During COVID, from a logistics standpoint, we couldn't source any glass bottles because the glass manufacturers were repurposing their factories for COVID vials. And then I asked my co-founder who works at the factory in Jamaica. He said, Neil, the order's going to be delayed now. I said, why? He said, because of the war in Israel, the Houthis are shelling the Horn of Africa, so glass bottles can't get from China through the canal in order to get to me. And then climate change. There's issues with like sourcing Scotch bonnet pepper because it needs water. So we even had to start our own farm with support from the government of Jamaica to get peppers on irrigation. So logistics are the lifeblood of your business. So if you aspire to have a $1 million business, and if you're out of stock for even a single week, that's $19,000 of missed orders. If a $10 million business and you're out of stock, that's over $190,000. So we have to ensure we have a forward and backward integration and supply chain. So from sourcing in Jamaica, which is why we have the 200 farmers, so in any given week, we get peppers. And then from there, we have to manufacture. Then we send it to a port in Kingston from Miami. It's trucked up to a warehouse in Miami and one outside Atlanta. I have to shout out City Express, they're my 3PL. And that my 3PL picks up on a Target, and my other retailers pick up on a weekly basis. So it can be on your shelf or you can order online. So there's a lot of nuances in logistics. Even prepping for Essence Fest, where we have a booth, we're selling sauce, we're cooking with the sauce. We had to even get the inventory from Jamaica all the way to here in New Orleans. So Uber Freight will be a great partner in just fulfilling all those logistical and last mile challenges that you have in a product-based business. So you really have to map that out when you're in this kind of work because you can't afford to miss any orders.
Yeah, I'm really, oh my gosh, Miranda. Okay, so I am really excited about Uber Freight too, because I think for small businesses, how many people have small business? Raise your hand. I think for small businesses, it's all about co-oping. And when you think about logistics and leveling the playing field, like for instance, I know there's been different times I've had shows, I've shared a truck with another small business. We're both going here. It's almost like you said, you pick up an Uber, you ever go outside the place that you're coming from, you're like, are you going to the same place I'm going to, right? And we've done that before, but it took community to do that. So like New Voices is one of the communities that Neil and I are in, but us as co-founders, we talk to each other. We're both going to one trade show. We'll be like, okay, you going too? All right, how many pallets you got, right? And so then we'll go in on a truck together. So like something like Uber Freight is gonna really level that playing field, and that's how small businesses can play. For me, even with my manufacturer, I wanna keep my manufacturer in business because it's 30 minutes from my house, right? But to help do that, I help bring customers to them. Logistically, I'm like, look, you wanna do business in the US? You wanna make a skincare product? Well, how about you come over here, right? Because that helps to lower my costs, because from there, we're able to then send our products. We have a 3PL in Rhode Island that we ship all of our like Ulta orders to. Sometimes you'll have different retailers, they require different shipping needs. And they're so specific. And is this right, Neil? You'll get chargebacks. You will get charged if it's not labeled correctly. So understanding all of that and going with a facility that knows how to do it. You hear say 3PL, what we're talking about is third-party logistics companies that will ship your products for you. Then for us, when we ship direct to consumer, that's coming out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. That's a new expansion for us that we've done. But we love it. Somebody said clapping for Tulsa, yes. Home of Black Wall Street, okay. But what I love about being in Tulsa shipping our direct-to-consumer orders is the fact that it's the middle of the country. So the shipping time to different places is so even and fair compared to if we were just all the way on the East Coast or all the way on the West Coast. So shipping there for our direct-to-consumer products, we did that logistically, but then we also wanted to build on Black Wall Street. We actually have a new pop-up store and fulfillment center there right off of Greenwood. But then also, when we think about, there's a new retailer we're getting ready to launch with, and they only let you go to them through distributors. So we found a distributor that was about 45 minutes from us in Houston, there in Montgomery County. Like, these are the things that we think about, because when we think about shipping and all of that, it can cut into your profit margin so much that it'll make it so you don't even want, it's not even worth it. So when I look for different shippers and things that we do, we look for people that are around us. So then when we have to send it there, the cost is not so extremely high. It won't cut into our profit margin. That's how we think about it.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. I'm curious if there are any questions from the audience. If there are, I'm going to ask you to raise your hand in just a moment or so. So if you have a question, you're welcome. Otherwise, I'm actually going to ask this group first, what are some of the businesses that you might be interested in? So I told you this was interactive. What kind of shipping would you be doing? Or what kind of businesses? And you can just call them out and I'm gonna try to hear. What are some of the businesses that we own or might be interested in? Businesses. Yep. Hold on 1 second. Coming this way. Oh, yeah, you can come on.
So hi, we are here with Boyd Crew Wine. We're actually the first African-American family-owned wine label out of Maryland. And we are actually going to be having a booth tomorrow. So that's us, and thank you all.
You got a question?
I love that, thank you. Any others
Love
you
it.
want to call out? Okay. All right, so
Bring the wine.
last question that I am going to pose to this group, and then we will go ahead and do our VR virtual reality glasses raffle. And so the question is, as you all are imparting knowledge to the folks here and thinking about the struggles and then also the triumphs that you all have had with your businesses, what are the resources, what are the parting words of wisdom or advice that you would give a business owner who's trying to do really, really well as they build out both their supply chain and their business?
First of all, this whole audience is star-studded. I see Renee, I see Miranda, I see Lisa Price back there. I see everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I would say, first of all, surround yourself with good people. To me, that's most important. You're going to work harder if you're working alone. You're going to work less. And it's going to be more at ease when you surround yourself with people who are going in the same direction as you, but also can speak up for you and can support you in ways that matter. So for me, it's all about that. I would not be sitting on this stage right now if it wasn't for my believers. The ones that see something in you, they see the work that you do. That's why I would say, post on LinkedIn. Stop being shy. Post on LinkedIn. Be strategic, interact with others. Don't just post, but engage with other people. Give information. When you learn something, put it out in the world. Talk about it, tell about it, post about it. I think that also draws in people to you as well, and then you can attract like-minded people. So then when you need resources, people are because this happened to me before. People are like, oh yeah, I give it to you. And they're like, oh, you made this post about such and such, that helped me so much. And you don't even know it. It could be a grant opportunity, it could be a funding opportunity, it could be anything like that. So I would just say, let's create the world and the ecosystem that we want to live in. Be a contributor to it. So putting that information out, Maasha, I must give you a shout out. You're so amazing, even on our prep call. And I can tell that you're a great resource for others. And I think that's the way we want to operate in, and that's how we build this ecosystem. I'm living in Tulsa right now, and when I think about the dream of Black Wall Street, I think about an ecosystem of Black folks that support one another. And the climate that we live in right now, if we don't come together and work together, we're going to live in a world that will not benefit us. But we have the power to do that. And so I'm just so excited about this exchange. So please connect with me on LinkedIn, Kim Roxy, or on Instagram, the Kim Roxy, okay?
Thanks, Kim. So luckily for me, when I started Scotch Boys, I had co-founders, and I still have them. So the business had been very challenging when we first started, but being that there were 4 of us, luckily all 4 of us didn't want to quit on the same day. So when one was down, another person would pull another person up. And that is really why Scotch Boys has weathered the storm to be where we are today. Organizations like New Voices Fund and Foundation have really provided a lot of resources to guide businesses to scale, and I'd say take advantage of everything that New Voices is doing. and have a community. There are lots of community organizations out there for black founders to lean on each other and bounce ideas off of each other. I'm happy to be a resource for anyone who would like to buy me a drink.
Or to buy Scotch Boys.
Or wine.
Oh, or the wine, yes, absolutely. I appreciate that. And I'm gonna leave you all with a little parting words as well, which is one, if you are a black-owned business or a minority business, if you have some kind of either disability or veteran status, go and get your certifications. Become a certified minority business. You'll get a ton of resources for that. And then beyond that, make sure that you're thinking about shipping and logistics and check out how Uber Freight can actually support your business. Now with that, without further ado, I see people pulling out tickets. You should be pulling out your raffle tickets.
Why nobody didn't tell me where my ticket at?
I'm gonna have to talk to you later. We're gonna talk later. Okay, so first, more tickets, hold on. Pull out your tickets. And while you're pulling out your tickets, I also wanted to share, I loved Kim's thought about building community and how we are going to make sure that our black businesses are supporting us, but then also the broader community. And I think it's really important because I don't know that we're actually maximizing and being as efficient as black businesses as we could be. And I would suggest that if you need support, ask for it. If you have a question or you're still thinking about something for your business, make sure you ask. Okay, so without further ado, 63003. Us! Yay! Okay, our first winner. And we're gonna collect your VR head glasses right over here. Mia's going to get them for you.
Girl, you supposed to be doing your shouting dance, okay?
Yes. Perfect. Okay, last one is going to 630047. 630047. Going once. Okay, last one, 630057. 630057. Okay, 630253. 630, yay! 253, yay! Okay, she's doing a shout and dance. Come on, you're coming on.
Come on, run up here.
Thank you so much.
You're
We
excited.
appreciate you all so much. Nice. And she'll give it to you right here. On behalf of Uber Freight, Scotch Boys, and Lamique Beauty, thank you all so very much, and we hope you enjoy your Essence Festival. Thank
Come
you.
see us at booth 8230 in the Beauty Con.